Namhlanje kumadlanga commission kukhona uadvocate Khemi Behari oyi-legal head but ususpendiwe currently kula crime scene EMPD and beconfirmile ke already imadlanga commission into yoba this week singalindela nje olaqoqubane lalamapolisa pha abolile bazimisele nje ukuza nawo ngoline phasi kwanalo ovele wadecide ukudla emgcini wadla phansi uViandri ubonile nje ba ale ayilingananga naye ingakanga ngaye wadla phansi wazikhethela ukuya kokhokho bakhe so njinoba ke bazakwenza ngendlela abacinga ngazo mamelani ke ngoxa ke fika lona ungomnye wabantu ababonakala bebesezikhundleni eziphezulu ababonakala beprotector uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi kulanto bekeyenza pha eEMPD illegal head mosi kukhona ucity manager uImogene Mashazi besebenzisana naye kube nguye uKhemi Behari beke yi-legal head yapha e-EMPD kube khona naye seke suspendiwe kube khona owaka HR uhead wakhona ulinda xasheka naye osesendleleni oseza confirmile ke phofu uNational Commission ufani masemula already ndoba nje i-suspension letters bese ready sebekhona base EMPD esebezivumene omnye wabo girlfriend okanye ngupartner walo oseke zisuse endleleni ipartner kala Viandri oye wathatha umbu wazidubula egarage naye ngomnye wabo oseke ifumene i-suspension letter so nje beza nawo ngomca mamelani yena uzothini mos umuntu obothi xa ochief mapiyeye bexakwe imbiza ukuvutshwa pha bexakwe nguBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi babalekile kuye njengomuntu wasemthethweni umuntu obalindele into ba wazi umthetho uba hayi nansi into seyikhona masenze njani so indlela bekeza ngayo ebeze ngongathi uzoziprotect into ba uzothi mina at the end of the day beke ngareport kuma uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi beke reporta pha kumamelani babayiqala njani uza nayo evidence leader phansi kwalamcimbi ke phofu into ba yonke lento yaqabulwa lela thumba lika Jeffwick uJeffwick yi-journalist ye-News 24 bafethu masimnikeni flowers zakho uJeffwick ngoba nje into enokukhetha matlala uza nayo ngomca kwayena so unguye moso waveza lanto umcimbi wama blue light lawa ehamba u-ex-wife singabe sitsho okakhetha matlala sharp so uza ke ngokunalonto le into okay after beyifumene andithi yasivela lento kaJeffwick yasiwa eMPD ithe xa ifika kwizikhulu zakhona bathatha bayithumela kubani kulegal head lonto bayibo sokuvele into enje singayithekela njani njengoba ngumuntu olindele ba uzawuprotecta ke phofu isithunzi seEMPD instead wasebenzisana nemigulukudu ukuprotecta abantu uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi so ke ngoku uthi yena ubuzwa ngalona into okay masibaza naye from up eqaleni kwayo yonke lento ba ithini into abakeza apha kwi-memorandum of understanding nethi nje xa ufumana lanto yoba uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi kunento engathi ubugulukudu bema-blue lights sebuvelile ithini into beza naye Aibo, according to yena, he couldn't act much. There wasn't much bekengayenza lo xesha because there was no tangible evidence. Nini kukhona apha sithi khona wayelindele khona even statement uke wafuna statement zo Jeffwick. uJeffwick bafethu semsebenzini uJeffwick i-journalist. uJeffwick uza kupha i-lead uba wenzani ngayo yakho. So wathi xa befumana i-lead ababase EMPD izikhulu zakhona chief mapiyeye nabo reverse peace bathatha benza internal investigation yabo hayi ke uthi yena ke ngoku wakekho evidence wayesosabela into yoba ingaphindi backfire lonto ngendlela kathetha kanjani bathe sebeyenzile internal investigation so sebeshonge story sabo soba lento yenziwe nguBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi bubugulukudu so wena as umuntu okumele ba uprotector isithunzi seEMPD uye wenzani ngalo information leyo hayi utshona evela utshona niyemva nje umane sithi hayi unegama kalithandayo kwamagama kawathandayo afana no evidence trail hayi to protect because of evidence trail beza naye ngoline and ndithanda ke ngokuba this kuye uthi esithi hayi kwakumele ba uchief mapiyeye wenze ntoni balethi istatement sika chief mapiyeye ne phofu ke bayidlalile indima yabo chief mapiyeye kulanto yala EMPD because bebethi naxa befumene instruction ethile bayitsho in black and white into ba based on the instruction kusoso so banayo nje paper trail enjalo phansi koba ke ngoku uthi yena abona abantu kwakumele baba discipline uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi ayonguyanga ngubani ngo-chief ma-PA. Ningalibalanga bo-chief ma-PA bafumana i-directive ethi bona abasenantambo eziphelele, abanagunya eliphelele eloba badiscipline uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi. Umuntu okumele arane lo process, a-oversee lo process ngubani? Nguye u-advocate lona uKhemi Behari, njengoba besike funa ukubuyisela ibhola ngakubo. So lo maphepha athi based on, so even sebefuna ke ngoku i-consultation, beconsulta kuyinto yoba based on le directive eseyiphumile into yoba intambo zingakuwe, ucebisa uba masithini. Bafethu utshonele nale, hayibo wabhoka uCommissioner Madlanga wathi nje ndikumamele kuyo yonke lento ubuyithethe, chitha imini yonke lento ubuyithethe. Akho namnye umuntu ongamboni burongo kuyo yonke lento, kuba ngo-chief ma-PA, kuba ngo-Rivo Space, kube ngabo bonke njaba omathipa bonke, but nje akho nanye igama endilivala phuma kuwe elithi uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi ebe wrong. Uzama ngandlela zonke zoba yena umuntu ozawuprotect wapho ngulona wonke lamagunya. Hayibo bafethu ningalibalanga into phansi kwalamcimbi, ungomnye ke wabantu ne, andithi kwathi xa kusenzeka lonto after sebemprotectile uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi bafumana isikhungu, i-increase ya about 600,000 emiholweni wabo, yena plus ulegal plus u-HR head uLinda Xasheka, so ungomnye wabo ke. So ningayilibalanga lalaphathi bafethu urhola ama-2 meter pha athe xhaxha. Uyibizile ke lo salary yakhe nani, wafuna nje ukusho into yoba hayi ama-loyal discuss umcimbi wama-loyalty bonus nani. So nje beze naye ngoline bambonisa indlela kangayo, and I'm very disappointed to nakubani na ozawufuna into yoba still a-representwe ngumuntu ofana nalo. Kwaba wesi kukhona apho ethe khona u-registered with a certain board, uyibizile nje lo board leyo, ndazibuza uba lo board leyo ithini xa bezawucherwa or kube khona part of i-team yabo umuntu ofana nalona. Hayi bafethu, hayi anibaboni mina abantu bezobuyela emsebenzini e-EMPD aba. Hayi bafethu angayizama ngandlela zonke, and nje he has lost credibility, and it's unfortunate into yoba kulo msebenzi wabo ne enokwenza nobugqwetha nani, you are expected to know certain things. So right now even xa bambetha kube khona namagama athi phansi kwamna nawe singabantu singamagqwetha sobabini, asilindelanga into yoba singajampa o1 no2 no3. Kube phi bafethu athi yena apho nakhona mosikhona apho kwathi okwenziwa khona wenza i-briefing yana nje uMashazi apho wayesithi khona hayi uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi akekho akanatyala, wakuthi uthi uxelelwe yi-legal head lo uBehari uthi yena hayi wayezenzela nje ama-draft, yena ebengathi into xa keyenza alindele into yoba bazayithetha. Hayi bo bambambe ngobhongwana bathi hayi wena ungazosixelela loo nto. Kukhona apho uthumele khona ileto okanye idocument in writing ethetha loo nto lo sofuna ngathi ufuna ukujika amagama akho bathini. So nje bayidlale laa nto becingela into yoba ba-untouchable, ba-in control. Hayi bafethu, hayi basengxakini right now, and nje it doesn't matter whichever way you, because nje uyawakwata nyabadikwa, isidikiwe nje nguye futhi zonke ii-commissioners ezo, but nje endimbone edikwa ukwegqitha because niyamazi ukhumalo uza kukhonarishwa ngoncumo. Niyamazi unto ubaloyi uzathi no unala no wak. Hayi bafethu kushota nje babizela gama lakhe bathi that's nonsensical. Kushota uCommissioner Madlanga athi what you are telling us it's nonsensical. So nje it's just about it, bona nje umsebenzi khona nalapho ke ngosike funa uku-implicate khona even amagama osibunto ba yena akanatyala ncama kalenzile, because yena still beke safuna ukuprotecta i-EMPD, abona abantu abangajongwa ngosibu plus o-TK Ngciza. So ngabo nje abanye abantu ngathi ababenefitile kula corruption ibisenziwa pha, ndangayazi ke uba implicated into yoba nabo bazabizwa apho kanye izathi nje, but nje i-tactic, i-strategy ebekazixela into yoba uzosebenzisa apha into yoba nje uzathi mna hayi bafethu beke ngaripoti kuma uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi andinatyala, engazi into yoba in black and white bokubhalwa into yoba i-directive ephumayo ithi nguwe umuntu ozawuthini ozadisciplina uBrigadier Julius Mkhwanazi. Kwabe kukhona apho esithi khona uCommissioner awundoda, sekufike into ezimanyukunyezi kanje, ama-criminal cases anje wanga-act ebewengajika adent according to wena ubufuna ukuprotecta i-reputation inoba ye-EMPD, but nje xa uwajonga lamanyukunyezi lana These are criminal cases, and wena wangaboni nje isidingo soba makadiscipline wena nje uyafika yonke lento. Hayi baba iWest apho bekefuna khona esithi ulindele i-statement sika Jeffwick. Ebezasifumana laphi i-statement sika Jeffwick? So because asikho i-statement sika Jeffwick ayikho into akazayenza. Bafethu kube phi even i-IPD seyizisile i-IPD ama-case against Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi still usafuna ukumprotect. Hayi bafethu uyabona ukhona endimfunayo lo owathi yena unomntana omncinci ulinda xasheka.
To support this idea that there was in fact an agreement of donation between Ekurhuleni and CAT VIP, correct?
That's correct.
You have said that there was in fact no donation, correct?
Yes, it was not a procedural correct.
There was no donation.
Yes.
Simple and straightforward. And that immediately means that when Brigadier Mkhwanazi said to Christine there is in existence a donation, the proof of which is contained in the donation memorandum, he was misrepresenting the true position, correct?
It's correct, he was misrepresenting the fact that there was a donation.
Yes.
In the MOU. Also,
yes.
For example, there was a approved MOU to support the fact that there was a donation.
Is there a need to explain? The question is simple. He was misrepresenting the true position. True position being that in fact there was no donation. Correct? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
There was if you look at following through of the process.
Was there or wasn't there a donation?
They would have not.
You've already said there was not, yeah. Correct?
There was no donation.
Yes. So I'm saying when Brigadier Mkhwanazi says to Mr. Christine, there is a donation and therefore please register these vehicles, he was misrepresenting the true position. It's a simple question. I don't know why you cannot simply agree that what I'm positing to you is correct.
May I, Chair? Chair, it is correct in terms of how you're positing to me that there was not donation because of the misrepresentation.
No. I'm not asking you. I'm past the question whether there was in fact a donation. I'm asking you a different question now. I'm asking you whether you agree that Brigadier Mkhwanazi was misrepresenting the true position. Do you agree or not?
I agree.
When I introduced my questions, I said I'm going to ask you questions on a very narrow or limited situation. Was that not enough to discipline Brigadier Mkhwanazi? He is lying about the true position, exposing the municipality to the possibility of these motor vehicles being registered in the name of the municipality on the basis that there is in existence a lawful donation, which there wasn't. Is that not enough to discipline Brigadier Mkhwanazi?
It is on its own enough to proceed with the
You say it is on its own enough?
For the disciplinary process.
Yes.
Right. But as I said, my looking at it holistically, there were other factors that had to be addressed, Chair. If I look at...
Just a minute, even before you substantiate on them, if you say that was enough to discipline Brigadier Mkhwanazi, would those factors have impacted negatively on what you agree was enough to discipline Brigadier Mkhwanazi?
It would have possibly impacted, in terms of the evidence trail and possibly...
You love evidence trail, Brigadier... Mr. I'm sorry. You love this evidence trail. Yes, let me listen.
May I, Chair?
Yes, please.
Chair, on page 14 of my affidavit, on 62, I think earlier on in answering it, but we asked that, did you give a way forward?
Which paragraph? Which
paragraph? 6.2. I think we referred to that earlier.
Yes.
And I said, if in my engagements with Colonel Erasmus, if the investigations were complete, charges could be proceeded with without extending the suspension. So in what has been presented by in the docket itself, mine was to say to him, you can still proceed with the charges without extending these. And then you come back to 63. If the investigation required further statements, those should be obtained without delay. So in all I'm trying to do, I'm pushing for credibility in terms of the way we finalize the process. If you relied only on the MOU and said, okay, now these are the donation process that was followed, the fact is Chris Steyn brings in, although he says the statements came through, or the MOU came to his knowledge, Mkhwanazi, which I agree, misrepresented to Chris Steyn on that basis. But then he has a curveball, but this was the process. So surely he should have applied his mind and seen, but this document is not approved. Did he merely take it by the word? And that is what I'm saying, that in terms of the evidence trail, did he merely look at an unsigned document? You can see there's no signatures there, yet he proceeds to do what he did.
You see, even in response to questions by Commissioner Baloyi, you did the same thing of suggesting that no. Actually, the chief of police was in the wrong here, basically saying he's the one who ought to have been charged. And now again, you seem to be suggesting the same thing, but this time about Mr. Chris Steyn. And the one person who is not in the wrong in your book is Brigadier Mkhwanazi. Everybody else is in the wrong, but not Brigadier Mkhwanazi.
Respectfully, Chair.
Yes.
I've said it very clearly. Mkhwanazi misrepresented.
I corrected Commissioner Spies when he said Mkhwanazi. There's no A there. It's Mkhwanazi. Mkhwanazi, please.
Mkhwanazi is in the wrong, or was in the wrong, in the misrepresentation. And Chair, again, I'm focusing on the fact is...
Did you ever say that anyway? You accept now that he was in the wrong, and you've accepted a few questions back when I engaged you that he could be disciplined on that. Are you on record anywhere as having said that? Nowhere. Are you?
Chair, because I was focusing on our city's case.
On your evidence trail.
On my evidence trail.
Which you so love, yes.
Yeah. Chair, my apologies, Chair, if I'm offending or
yes.
But if you allow me, then...
Yes.
I was in that environment. Mkhwanazi, I already accepted there were allegations within him. That is why I didn't focus on him and what he's... I focused on what is our case as a city. What do we need to ensure that we cover up all the loopholes so that we have a successful case against Mkhwanazi. The same issue was my concern on the chief of police. And if he says, I'm hearing now that he says that the document never came before, he denied it. I looked at that stage of the affidavit of Jermaine Fortin. I looked at the affidavit of Leagl Tyers, his secretary, who printed those documents and left there. So those were the issues in the engagement. So in terms of getting us with all the witnesses, so if Chief of Police comes now and says, no, I was not aware of it, then surely Chief of Police will be called in some way to answer, even not as an implicated or accused person, but as in the witness environment, which he would have been testifying. So in order to strengthen the city's case, Chair,
who denied what document? Somewhere in this response you said somebody denied some document. Who denied what document?
If I may, I don't know if I'm quoting what you said, stated Commissioner Baloyi, when you said Chief came and said that the documents did not come. Maybe, I don't know if I misunderstood that.
All right. No, I just wanted to be. You see, what confuses me is that my focus is on Brigadier Mkhwanazi. Yes. Now, when you go on and quite wide, I get confused along the way.
Again, Chair.
Now, did you, in this lengthy advice to Colonel Erasmus, did you anywhere say, of all the things I'm saying, but we have a good case on which Mkhwanazi may be disciplined, and that case is that he has misrepresented that there is in existence the donations memorandum.
Chair.
On that, we have a good case. Did you say that to Erasmus? Did you say that to Erasmus?
Chair, I did not say that
To Colonel Erasmus, I'm very sorry for not using his
say
title.
that to Lieutenant Colonel Erasmus, because I've accepted that the Brigadier's Mkhwanazi's statements also confirm that he did misrepresent to Christine. My focus has always been on what is our case, because when I find that when people in environment in many courts will come through and can change, so we can secure from a cities-wide position and secure that Christine in no way puts the city's case at risk. And these are the other issues. So that is what my interest was. So when I said to Lieutenant Colonel Erasmus in paragraph 62, if the investigation was complete, so if he felt it was complete, proceed without extending the suspension, because...
You see, my difficulty is that of all the many things you said, and of all the many difficulties you said were facing the EMPD, not once do you say, but we have a good case here. That's my problem.
Chair,
It's like you just did not want to make any pronouncement against Brigadier Mkhwanazi. So of all the many things, the difficulties and everything else that you raise, not once do you say, however, we have a very good case against Brigadier Mkhwanazi on this narrow or on this limited aspect. Nowhere.
Chair, as I said, for me, engaging with him, I accepted the MOU story, I accepted the fact of the operational plan issues. My focus was then on us concretizing our case. And hence I said to him, if you feel that all the investigations are complete,
that's
proceed.
About your case. That's about your case. What I'm raising with you is about your case. It may not have been about the entire case, but it was a crucial part of the case because it related to the registration of the motor vehicles. That was a crucial issue. That was a key part of the case against Brigadier Mkhwanazi. Why are you silent about that?
Chair, it was a key point, it was a key issue with regard to the case against Mkhwanazi for the donations. The issue would be on the witnesses of Christine, because that is, it's not about him being disciplined, Chair. It's about him testifying on behalf of the city. Says that you are giving, I've received a letter of donation.
Who testifying for the city? Who?
Christine.
I'm talking about Brigadier Mkhwanazi, the case which is quite strong. You've accepted yourself. You've accepted that on this, there's a misrepresentation.